Hi there guys, this is Ricardo and welcome to the iPhone 11, and this will be the review of this particular product. And in our review, I'll try not to cover anything else that most typical reviews would have done. And my main aim here is just to show you what this device is about. And as you can see here, this is the iPhone 11 and the version I went with is the black edition. And as you can see here from the physical exterior of the device, the back comes in a glass finish, and of course this is a fingerprint magnet. So those with OCD, I do not like to see their devices smudged. This back is the absolute worst. And note that I'm not saying that the device is bad, I'm just saying that the back of this thing is a virtual fingerprint magnet. So I recommend right off the bat that you actually get a case to protect your device. The thicker the better, as this is prone to scratching. Along with, if you were to drop your device, you'll find that it will get nicks and bumps. And of course, you can see the camera here. On the back we have a 12 megapixel camera, we have the flash and other sensors. You can also notice that Apple has moved their logo from its usual position higher up the chain to the midsection here, and you're seeing the camera notch here that comes with the extra wide angle lens. And of course, being the iPhone 11, which has been doing so well in sales, this device is quite nice build quality. You can notice the bezels along here, the usual button placement. On the front of the device, I recommend as well that you get a screen protector to protect your device. I never recommend that you actually bring your device along naked, as I'm doing right now, but this is just for the review before I place it back in its original case. Now, of course, some of the other cool features, you do get the facial recognition. That is great from Apple. The device instantly unlocks, and of course this is super reliable. As you can see here, it's almost instantaneous. Once it can detect your face, it will unlock your device beautifully. And a cool feature that I like is the tap to wake, so you don't have to worry about your device. Simply tap and your device will wake, and of course the unlock mechanism will do its thing and your device is unlocked. It's as simple as that. And that's one of the beautiful things about the iPhone compared to Android devices. And being a person that mainly use Android devices, I must say that's a refreshing addition. Apple does these little things that basically perfects features and basically makes it their own. And as you can see here, this is all Apple. You have the addition of live wallpapers too that you can place on the lock screens. And of course, there's also the lift to wake, and of course you notice just now the device simply awoke just by you taking it up off the plain surface, and here you go, it simply unlocks. Now the interface is classic iOS 13, and of course there are regular updates that come out. And we're gonna look at some pictures taken with this device just to show off the beautiful camera. As you can see here, this is the camera, and you have the regular lens. And if you want to as well, you can switch between the various lens. And of course, guys, from within camera, you can see here, this is the normal view. 1x indicates this is just the regular camera. And if I were to tap the lens right here, you notice the wide angle lens, which actually encompasses way more into a single frame. Great for those landscaping shots or those pictures that you need to include a lot more individuals than normal. And of course, that's a welcome addition to this family of phones. The higher versions will have the telescopic camera that's used for close-up shots, but of course it's done on software from within this device. You have portrait mode, of course, for those beautiful portrait shots, and there's the video recording as well that incorporates both lenses. The front and back camera as normal, as the same megapixel, 12 for the front and 12 for the back. The camera quality is superb. Apple did a great job as usual with their excellent photo realistic quality. And if you're coming from a Android straight over, such as the Samsung Galaxy S10, you'll notice right away the differences with the picture quality. And picture quality is one of those things that's subjective based on the individual. For example, on the Android devices, the pictures are sharpened and they are using features such as HDR. However, on devices such as these, you'll find that your pictures are even better, but they are more true to life. Let me just show you some clips. For example, there's a great shot of some flowers. This is the normal lens. There we have the wide sweeping shot with the wide angle lens. And of course, you can see the difference. The close-up shot with just a few plants, the wide angle lens encompassing everything. And check this out, guys. Here's another shot and you can see the details. And that's one of the things I like about the iPhone camera. The details are spectacular even if you were to come up very close. And anybody who receives photos from this camera will tell you right away that the detail is insane. And of course, that's because Apple has tweaked their software and their hardware to give the best picture quality. And that's something to look forward with these newer devices, as you're getting basically the same hardware between the 11, 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max in terms of performance. The only difference would be of course, the 720p resolution of the screen, which is LCD, because you get a total resolution of 828 by 1792. Kind of outdated in 2020, but of course it's not bad considering the trade-offs and the price for $700. Great if you're coming from a device such as a iPhone 7, a iPhone 8, or so on. If you're on an iPhone 10 and upwards, you might see little less updates, although by now the 10 to the iPhone 11 would be a great switch. All right, so I'm going to show you some more pictures. There's another photo, and as you can see, the detail, every finer aspect is preserved. You can see in great detail, and of course the pictures are true to life. The colors are on point, and I must say great work, Apple. And of course, coming over at first, I was having a little issues with the cameras, but of course, once you get, for example, taking your pictures in the horizontal manner instead of the portrait manner most cases, and of course make sure that the lighting is okay, and selectively taking your shots, you'll find that the camera is something that you'll come to love. Here we have some more shots. As you can see, this was in a room where the lighting wasn't superb, but of course shots coming out quite nicely. You can see here all the detail, everything is true to life. Check out these greens, check out the whites, and you can see everything is perfectly preserved. The lighting in the room, spectacular. It's as if you're still there. And of course, here are some other shots. And you can see this is of a aquarium. You can see the fishes inside. This was taken on the iPhone 11 again. And you can see the picture quality is just superb. You can see the fish swimming around. I'll just turn this to the side. And check this out, guys. Everything is perfectly preserved. And I must say, again, it's as if you're still there. You can see everything perfectly. You can see even the most minute details. And this is where something where the iPhone camera shines, and that's it in picture quality and overall reproduction. Overall, guys, I'm very satisfied with the iPhone 11. The software is welcome. There are lots of new updates and so on. And you can see all my apps are installed and they run quite perfectly. I'll show you, for example, some games. I might have to mute this section with the games in terms of the sound, but you'll be able to see the general performance of Apple's A13 Bionic Hexa-core chip or processor that's on board. All right, so check out the games, guys. As I said, I've muted the audio. Let me just run through a quick game just to show you the performance of the Apple A13 chip. On Angry Birds here, notice the gameplay is perfect, just smooth, and you're getting perfect performance, top of the line graphics, and of course great for those who are into stuff like video games. So as you see here, everything is just super smooth, and of course I'm getting no lag whatsoever. All right, I'll quit the game right here. Memory wise, the memory is great. You do get that great Apple memory. You can load several applications into memory without issues. My apps work fine. And of course, transitioning over to an Apple device is great. Things are very simple and streamlined. You do tend to like the Apple iOS environment. And of course, even already I have updates. I'll have to update to the latest tweaks. And I must say Apple did a solid job with the iPhone 11. I can see why this is already a best seller for Apple, as it's doing very, very well. At $700 price point US, you can expect to get a very solid device. Things I like about this, I'll tell you the truth, and things that I don't like. First of all, I love the cameras. They are well tweaked. Takes a little getting used to, but of course, after you get used to them, you can take nice and perfect photos that are worth the purchase, or will make it worth the process. That's for the front and rear camera. 12 megapixels is great pixel quality, and of course the software tweaks is also a welcome addition that Apple adds to get you those true to color lives. The display is a sore point, although 720p is okay. I don't do any pixel peeping, or I'm not seeing any individual pixels, but of course I do not worry about that. There's also the borders right here, which is the thicker borders compared to others devices such as the 11 Pro and so on. But after a while, you do not really see them, so it's not something to worry about. There's the notch, but of course, after a while, you do forget about it, so it's not really a drawback. I also love the battery life. I can get up to 2 days use if I'm just moderately using. If I'm using it very hard, I can get a day or a day and a couple hours. So therefore, this can be carried through straight through. That's playing games, social media, and all that. The battery life is excellent. The software is well tweaked to squeeze just the full amount of battery out of the device. Also, things that I like, as I said before, is the performance of the A13 Bionic chip. It's very powerful. Glad to see that Apple included that. That compares to the other devices in the series. I also love the build quality minus the back, which is the glossy portion. That's a fingerprint magnet. I like the presentation on the boxing and the various colors. I went with the black, but of course there are other excellent colors and so on. But as I said, make sure you get a screen protector and a case. Overall, I'll give this device a 8 to 9 out of 10. It's an excellent device. You can see that for the future moving forward, these devices will be some of the main devices you'll see. As you can see already, this one is all over YouTube. And of course, this is my addition to this series of devices. If you have any questions, I'll answer them below. As usual, this is Ricardo Gardner from Blog Tech Tips, and I'm just here to answer some questions pertaining to this device for you, and of course give you the full review. And as usual, it's Ricardo Gardner from Blog Tech Tips saying bye until next time. Bye guys.